Hi guys, welcome back. It's Tommy with another Starcraft Remastered replay cast from the South Korean ladder. We once again have a very interesting engagement here in between the two pro players. So let me just start by introducing the players to you guys as we are spawning here in the lower right, in the white. It is Flash once again with his AK, with his barcode. And from the C9 clan, this is the same clan from Seoul Key, so it should be a very interesting game here. We have CHEONGRAW TvZ, quite an interesting name for a South Korean pro. Sadly, I don't know who this is. Maybe it's Seoul Key, but I don't think so. So yeah, it should be a very good game, as we have another representative here from the C9 clan. For spawning location map, we have the production tab, of course, here in the upper left part as the game starts here with Flash walling off a little bit. So with a supply depot quite far out for him, he could of course fit a barracks here into this location and give good protection towards his expansion into his main. He's just mining with more and more SCVs. As you can see, he's producing more SCVs. There's the second overload here for the Zerg, and we also have two more drones for him being produced. So the pretty standard open up here for the Zerg. Very soon he will have enough minerals to go for a hatchery first, and another drone is getting produced. So the very standard build order here for the Zerg, and a lucky scout for him with the first overlord moving here out onto the map. Very soon he's going to be seeing the wall off from Flash, as Flash is also sending out here his first SCV towards the right direction. A good micro here by the Zerg, and I believe he's going to park his overlord straight here into this location. And yeah, let's just see how the game is continuing. Also, a drone is getting sent out, and a very great micro here by the Zerg, immediately damaging the SCV from Flash. So the more damage he can get, of course, the better it is going to be, as some Zerglings will be able to take care of this SCV. And actually a great micro here by him, as more and more damage is being taken here by the SCV. So quite aggressive defense here by the Zerg. I believe he could even pull another drone to damage this SCV. So lots and lots of damage has been taken as the Zerg continues with the spawning pool and gas. And very soon this SCV might get even sniped. So Flash is going to be pretty much blind. He is not going to be seeing when or if a tier 2 is going to happen for the Zerg. So immediately Flash is pulling off the Zerg, the SCV, and is sending out another new fresh SCV with a Marine to give protection. A great sniping now here by the drone. And with that, Flash is actually having to send out another SCV just to see when or if it's going to be a tier 2 upgrade from the opponent. There it is at around the 2-minute and 50-second mark. We do have the tier 2 upgrade. Flash will of course want to know exactly about that. That's why he's sending out this SCV. So it's very important to know from the Terran when or if there's going to be a tier 2 upgrade. And Flash even reacting with his engineering bay, of course, expecting some Mutalisk gameplay by the Zerg. It could be Mutalisk, but it could also be Hydralisk with the transition into Lurkers. Lurkers very strong versus the bio from the Terran. Let's check the main once again here from Flash. One barracks here. I believe he might continue with a second barracks very soon into his main, as the expansion is about to get finished. The Zerg also already droning. Very healthy count here for the Zerg with 16 workers versus the 19 workers from Flash. As now the Zerg tries of course to snipe this SCV, and Flash of course really wants to know if it's going to be a Spire or not. So very good micro here by both players. Actually, of course, the Spire could be also made right here, but the Zerg decides to hide it here on the high ground, and in comes the SCV. And with that, I believe Flash will of course know that it is going to be Mutalisk. We have the weapons 1 upgrade and the Marines also here for Flash. There we have the speed for the Zerglings. And very soon, sadly here for Flash, I believe he's going to lose the SCV as soon as speed, of course, will finish for the Zergling. So the second SCV that is already getting sniped, as in comes the SCV, and there it is. There's the sniping going on, as at the same time the Zerg once again is moving out with another drone. So we might see him do an expansion into the upper left part. Okay, let's just check once again. Flash, more and more Marines are getting produced. The engineering bay is done, of course. There we have the armory. No, it's actually another right bow. There we have the armory with stim. Another barracks. So it looks like it's going to be mass bio here for Flash once again. Mass Marines with some medics. And there we have the other hatchery for the Zerg. So yeah, good gas amount here for Zerg. Good minerals as well, as very soon he's going to be sending out waves of Mutalisk towards the opponent. And with that, Flash not yet producing some turrets. He's actually going massively into the bio, into those Marines with medics. Always a good counter against the Mutalisk gameplay here for the Zerg. And yeah, let's just see what's going to happen. And finding out the first turrets are getting produced, as the Mutalisk will also get produced here by the Zerg. So Flash, knowing of course about the timing, very smart decision here by him, adding 2 turrets. I believe some turrets will also be added towards the production buildings right here. There it is. And with that, Flash actually looking pretty well. The main is not really that well protected, so perhaps the Zerg could bypass those turrets right here and just go straight for this expansion, for this position right here. So yeah, let's see what the Mutalisk can do here for the Zerg. The Zerg nicely and smartly running here over the expansion, going for a different position, as the expansion is of course very well defended with 2 turrets next to SCV, even the 3rd turret right here, so they can be immediately defended by and repaired by the SCV. Let's see what the Zerg can do here. One SCV is getting snapped, the second one here as well. So good decision here by the Zerg, attacking at the same time. He comes here forward towards the main. So sadly here for Flash, he doesn't really have so many defenses. He was of course relying on to those turrets into his expansion point, but with that the Zerg now with a great engagement. At the same time, Flash pretty much abandoning here his own base, his expansion, heading straight towards the expansion point from the Zerg. There's the reaction with some late sunkens here for the Zerg, so the Zerg has to bring back his Mutalisk in order to defend. So very aggressive move out here by Flash, as he's now going for the sunken. So in come the Mutalisk here for the opponent. Lots and lots of damage being taken. One sunken is being finished, the second one here as well, but I believe the Zerg will be able to hold this position. He does take some casualties, as of course the medics are very strong into healing up the Marines, but with that of course Flash forcing the Zerg to come back to defend, and with that his expansion or his main should be okay right here. Still, I believe more turrets are being needed here by Flash, and that's exactly why what he's doing. He's going to more turrets, at the same time sending out a small group of Marines out onto the map. The Zerg of course being much more mobile with his Mutalisk. Very fast reaction by him, as he's very likely going to try to attack the expansion here from Flash, and another Mutalisk has been snapped out. But we should have a close eye on to those Marines right here. With Stim, they can of course inflict lots and lots of damage towards the expansion right here, as the Mutalisk seem to be just patrolling here the map, expecting a move out here by Flash. And let's see what is going to happen, as Stim of course with medics very strong against those Mutalisk into the air. So yeah, the 4 Marines, the small task force is still moving out here. Nicely done here by Flash, a great multitask by him, as there's so many casualties here for Flash, so the Mutalisk are doing a great job. Sadly here for the Zerg, he has no defenses at all. This is a very smart move here by Flash. With that, he could be able to snap so many units. Sadly here for him, straight on time some high-risk will hatch, and now we see some workers dying here for the Zerg, as the Marines are still stimming up here, chasing those workers away. Very smart move indeed. Of course the Zerg has to bring back his units. Nice suicide mission here for Flash, as he's dropping the Zerg to 27 workers, and with that even gaining more and more time into defending and into creating more turrets at home, and more bios being created here by him from 4 barracks by him. So yeah, we saw a transition into some lurker gameplay here for the Zerg. Let's see if this is going to work out. Of course, lurkers are a great counter towards the Marines, as we have the Grave Worm also at 1 being upgraded. At the same time, a nice sneaking by here by Flash, a very lucky movement out, as the Mutalisk didn't detect that movement, and with that I believe Flash could even be lucky to snipe the expansion right here. But now he has vision, and now the Mutalisk immediately react for the Zerg, but it's still a very large group of Marines, and only lurkers can of course be good versus all of those Marines. With that, I believe Flash is going to go straight for the hatchery right here. And it looks like the Zerg has pretty much abandoned this position right here. He's regrouping into the middle of the map. Those Marines are really strong. 1 weapons upgrade for them. The drones have been saved. Let's see what the lurker push can do here for the Zerg, as he's moving straight forward towards the expansion point. There is detection here for Flash with this 1 turret. 1 lurker already getting taken out. Some damage is being taken by the sunkens, sorry, by the supply depots, but we do have 2 bunkers here for Flash. As with that here, of course, he should be able to hold. At the same time, his large group of Marines is moving out here, I believe, towards the 12 o'clock position. Perhaps Flash did scan the area right there, and some hurt lurkers might also be taken out here. But there is much needed here for the scan. But with that Flash, I believe, with perhaps a small mistake here, of course, the lurkers have been snapped. But in the end, the Mutalisk should be able to take out all of those units here from the opponent. So it's a nice back and forth game, a very aggressive game here by both players. With the lurkers now in position, holding the exit here from Flash as we close in towards the 11-minute mark. So all of a sudden Flash in a very difficult position. He might be forced to go into some drop ships, but of course there's so many Mutalisk here for the Zerg. And with that, the Zerg of course buying good time for his expansion right here. So quite a hard game here for Flash. There is his starports and a double science vessel production here for him. Even one tank is getting produced by him. With that, I believe he maybe should be able to clear those units very soon, as lots and lots of damage is being taken here by the lurkers. The same can be said here for the Marines on the low ground. Everything is getting thrown here forward. Lots and lots of damage left and right. The Mutalisk are in a very healthy count. Now in comes the science vessel, perhaps with some irradiance. You should be able to take out the Mutalisk. So lots and lots of damage left and right here for both players. As in come those science vessel, but a tank is much needed here for Flash. Yeah, there it is, siege tank also done. There we have some scourges, so everything is nicely getting done here for both players, as even a stim is getting done here by Flash. Flash with a great macro, forcing now finally his opponent to retreat a little bit. And the science vessel, of course, very importantly to have a vision for the Terran versus the Zerg units right here. So quite an aggressive gameplay here we have here by both players, and a great defense by Flash. Irradiance now also getting used, and we even have Guardians now here for the Zerg. So very great transition here by the Zerg. And we even have Defilers, so what a great gameplay here by the Zerg. Pretty much throwing everything he has in a very short period of time. But now the Marines will be able to take some good shots against the Guardians in a very good position. The Guardians are of course very slow. But yeah, more and more damage has been taken here by Flash. And all of a sudden those Guardians will be quite a great threat towards the ground units here from Flash. This Flash is now throwing some fire bats forward against the lurkers. Still some Guardians are being left alive, so perhaps Flash is going to get forced to go for some race versus this great gameplay here for the Zerg. So what an interesting gameplay here we have. Defilers and Guardians, very rarely seen, as this Zerg showing of course how great he can be. And this is exactly why he's into the C9 clan, as he's inflicting more and more damage. Flash tries of course to buy some time, tries of course to snipe the reinforcements here from the opponent, as he's luring of course those Guardians towards a different position. And with that also a nice trap here by Flash, double producing some rays to kill the important Guardians here from the opponent. He might even try to snipe a Overlord or two. So what an aggressive gameplay here we have indeed by both players, as the game continues with 36 workers already here for the Zerg versus the 41. So a 2-base Terran versus a 3-base Zerg. What can be the next decision? Actually, we have 3 macro hatcheries here for the Zerg, but still not that much supply for him being left. Sadly for him, he might even get supply blocked, as so many Overlords are going to be sniped here by Ash. So things have settled down finally a little bit. Lots and lots of damage. Great hold here by Flash. A great combination here for the Zerg with Defilers, with Guardians. Very rarely seen, as we now see those macro hatcheries getting finished by the Zerg. What exactly is going to be his decision? What units is he going to be making? Perhaps some Ultralisk will be very good for him, as now Flash pretty much in control of the map, having so many units out onto the map. It's going to be very good for him, as now the science vessel try to target perhaps some units here, try to scan the area for some lurkers. As there we have just a couple of units scattered here for the Zerg, sadly with a small mistake by him, as now Flash is moving towards the newly established base from the opponent. So with that, the Zerg all of a sudden in a little bit of trouble. He tries of course to block the entrance with a egg right here, but lots and lots of damage could be taken here by him, as Flash just decides now to move forward into the middle of the map, and with that just waiting for some pickups here with the race against the Overlords, and regrouping with some Marines here forward onto the map. So one more weapons upgrade here for him. Check the Hydralisk, still 0-0. There we have the Defiler. Lurkers, of course, a great unit to have to defend. Has some firebats now forward for Flash. At the same time, Flash, interesting enough, regrouping here into the middle of the map. I believe the newly established base will be his next target. So let's see if this is going to work out for him. He might even try to pull the race forward to have more and more of a support here. Irradiance immediately getting used by him against the Lurkers. A very smart gameplay here by him, as all of the Lurkers have been irradiated here. And Flash with a very patient gameplay, but the Zerg also with so many macro hatcheries being able to produce so many units. We might have an engagement here in the middle of the map. I don't think the Zergs should engage here, but of course with Dark Swarm he will be very strong versus the units from Flash, as there we even have the Plague getting used by the Defiler, and great pickups here by the Zerg, but in the end he will be sniped, of course, by the units from Flash. So still a very interesting game we have here. There we have some Wraiths moving out for Flash. I believe he's going to very likely try to attack the expansion from behind, so quite a smart gameplay here by him. Could even be a winning move if he would have had 4 Wraiths. It could have been even stronger, as there's not that many defenses, actually no defenses at all here for the Zerg. But now we have a great move out here by him with lots and lots of Hydralisk, Zerglings, and so many Defilers. So of course Flash is expecting an attack. He has those Science Vessel into the air. In comes the movement out here by the Zerg. But there are so many tanks on the ground to defend here, and a great flank can happen here by Flash as he's taking out a couple of the units here from the Zerg. So very bad position here by the Zerg. Of course the Defiler is going to give so much protection towards the units, but let's not forget that the tanks in the back are waiting for the units to move here forward, and the Zerg is actually losing more and more. And hold on, we do have finally the reaction here by Flash with his race. But yeah, in the end, so much damage is being taken here. Hold on, we actually have another attack here by the Zerg, snapping more and more units. So Flash all of a sudden in some serious troubles as he's taking more and more damage. And yeah, let's see if he's going to be able to hold. So much damage is being taken here by the Plague. And the reinforcements straight on time here, as the Zergans will be very strong versus the Herd Marines onto the ground. So very interesting game we have here indeed. And all of a sudden the Zerg decides to actually GG out. Quite interesting. I don't think he should have GG'd out here. He had so many Defilers still being left alive. Perhaps he saw that his expansions are pretty much exposed. At the same time, perhaps he found out that Flash had another expansion into this location, and with that perhaps it would have been, of course, a 3 base Terran versus a 3 base oh, hold on, actually we do have 2 battle cruisers all of a sudden here by Flash. So what a surprise indeed, catching me by surprise. So much damage has happened throughout the map, as Flash somehow was able to bring forward here 2 battle cruisers towards the map, and this of course was the winning game. So what a surprise move here indeed by Flash, catching me completely off guard. And yeah, with that, those battle cruisers having so many kills, we'll get at 7 and 4 for this one. So a very surprise move indeed by Flash with those double starports, and with the 2 battle cruisers he was able, of course, to win this game. So this finally explains the low drone count here from the opponent, and with that, of course, the battle cruisers could have moved forward to the next expansion. So yeah, very smart gameplay here indeed by Flash. Flash, of course, is known for his multitasking, but this time even catching me by surprise with those slow moving battle cruisers, pretty much annihilating here all of the economy from the Zerg. What a great move here by him. Sadly, I didn't catch it, but yeah, in the end there was so much action going on as those battle cruisers slowly but steadily moved here forward and just pretty much sniped all of the drones right here. And with that, of course, a winning move by Flash. Race could have also been a good idea by him, but in the end I believe he wanted to make sure that he would have won the game. And with that, of course, finally a rare sight indeed to be seen here, as we do have battle cruisers onto the ground for Flash. So very nice move. Let's just check the stats very quickly, just in case you guys are interested. Very good game here by the Zerg, throwing pretty much everything he had. The Defilers, Plague, everything, Zerg, Lurkers, Hydralisk. And yeah, in the end, Flash with a small surprising move, with 2 battle cruisers being able to win the game quite convincingly here, with a great defense here as well. And yeah, that of course explains the GG out here by CHEONGRAW TvZ. So yeah, very good game here by both players. I hope you guys enjoyed. This is Tommy signing out.